you tell us what your name is, where you're from?
Yep. My name is NIcky Egan. I'm from right outside of Philadelphia, Yardley, Pennsylvania.
How would you describe your sound?
I'd say it's, I always describe it just as soul because we kind of do a mixture of things. You know, we cover some Janice and a lot of my songs reflect that. You know, they have that like rockin' kind of like, they have that rockin' vibe, and other songs are a little more R&B influenced, you know, with the backbeat kind of just, so we kind of have a mixture of stuff. You know, we definitely rock out pretty hard, and then we can take it down and do like an acoustic set here and there. So kind of just say soul, kind of a mixture like rock and funk, R&B type stuff. Growing up, I listened to, my mom always played a lot of Joni Mitchell and Bonnie Raitt, and my dad, my mom and dad were both a lot of like into, you know, kind of like classic rock. My dad was a big Bob Marley fan. So I've gotten a lot as for his influences. My grandpa was a jazz musician, so he kind of opened me up to, you know, a lot of jazz musicians. Sarah Vaughan is my greatest influence when it comes to the old school jazz ladies. And I'd say, you know, then it's like Janis Joplin and Grace Slick, you know, they're like some real rockin' women of that time, that, you know, they're where I get like my more rockin' side. And, but just, you know, there's been so much, you know, all the R&B that's come out the past like 10 years and whatnot, that's been a huge influence just because that's, you know, when I grew up. But, so it's been a lot of different influences here and there. I think my sound kind of reflects that. I hope it does.
What kind of stuff do you enjoy doing the most? Or do you like sort of having the breadth?
Yeah, I like having the breadth of being able to do all of it, you know. Sometimes it's really nice to have just an unplugged set where you really just strip it down and get down to the basics and can just hear every note. And then, you know, like the type show that we're playing tonight at World Cafe, it's, you know, it's awesome. We get to rock out with a full band. You know, I have the horns here and background singers, and it's cool to have a fat band behind you.
How many songs or so do you think you played in 20 or 30 or?
I wouldn't say 30.
But you try to mix it up.
Yeah, original is probably about 15 to 20, and then, you know, we have a solid group of covers that we kind of switch between. As for my writing, it comes from a lot of different influences. A lot of love songs, which is, you know, most people, you know, they do a lot of love type songs. The easiest to write about. It's funny, it's kind of hard to write like happy songs without sounding corny. So I try to do that. I think some of my songs, you know, reflect that. But so, you know, love. Some of my songs are kind of political, so I have a few songs, you know, that reflect that. Other songs I like to, you know, take on the persona of someone else and just completely write from someone else's perspective, just to kind of take on their story. So a lot of I've done that too, you know, when I write as well. I'm studying contemporary writing and production, so I'm really learning how to write for full orchestras and, you know, produce in school, and then I'm kind of doing my band outside of school and really focusing on, you know, writing my own stuff and my band outside of school. It's been great. You know, I met them all there, and they're all kind of still in Boston. So,
Hey, can you explain a little bit how you met and how you guys sort of got started?
Yeah, we got started. Well, Eli, my keyboardist, and I grew up together. So we, you know, we were taking baths together when we were 3. So we've been playing together our whole lives. You know, from like the karaoke machines till up through school. We had like a high school band, and so we got to school and we continued just playing together. He and I both met Johnny Simon, who's my guitarist, our freshman year, and me and Johnny really clicked when we started writing together. So we just kind of started writing a lot together, and then him and Eli were living together the following year, and you know, we needed a drummer and a bass player, and Chuck and Mark were both living in their house, so I was like, all right, you know, and we all, you know, just, it really meshed well, so. It's great, you know, we're really good friends, and I think the friendships kind of came before we were band members, so it feels like we're all good friends, you know, and I think it's a different vibe, you know, when we're hanging out just as friends, and then we're playing music together, which is cool, and that happened with a lot of my friends at Berkeley, especially, you know, it's just like, it's really cool having all your friends that are, you're in one place for these 4 years, and everyone's doing the same thing as you, and everyone is passionate about music, you know, and you're just like really inspired just all the time, you know. Your friends come over and they just say, oh, listen to the song I wrote, you know, and it's like, you know, really, really great writing, and just, it's really influential. influential and really inspiring. So that's the same, that goes especially for my band. And so it's great, we're really good friends. For them, the four of them lived together for, a good 2 years. So they had the roommate thing going on as well. So we're really close. It's been a good ride so far.
What is your band doing now, and what are your sort of plans for the future?
Right now we are in the midst of recording our album, our first album, so that's hopefully due out this spring. We're releasing our single this month, which is called Price I Pay. And hopefully I'll be done in May. It's kind of good timing for me because I'll finally just be able to focus on my own music, and be done with school. And hopefully we think we're going to set up a CD release tour and do that maybe come June. So that's the plan for now. Just get this first album done and then keep writing new stuff and start working on the second one and promoting the first one.
What do you hope your audience gets out of your show? Just have a good time, or do you hope they sort of take it more?
I hope they have a good time. I hope they're inspired. I hope they they're feeling all the emotions that we are when we're playing. That's kind of what you're up there doing. You're just trying to invoke emotions in other people, trying to get them to feel what you're feeling. So I hope they just come out having a good time and just liking the music.
What's the sort of one thing you hope people will take away from your music?
I guess just kind of a sense of honesty with my music, and I feel like that's what I've reflected so far, which is easier when you're working on your first album because it's all very organic. It's all the stuff that it's the first songs you've written as a musician. And but I hope I continue to make people feel like I'm breeding organic music that's not I don't know, I hope it's still honest and organic when it comes to my third album, my fourth album. So I kind of hope that's what they get out of it, and they can still kind of relate to me as I grow as a musician.
Great. Well, good luck. I hope it happens.
Thanks.